Training the athlete versus training athleticism. Have you ever wondered why certain athletes without any strength or speed actually dominate their sport? Or why some absolute physical specimens still fall short from dominating their sport? Well, if that's ever been you, or maybe you feel that either one of those parts of you are excelling but still you fall short in your game, well, I want to make a distinction today about training the athlete versus training athleticism. And this is a very, very important distinction to make if you want to understand how to improve yourself as a total athlete. So firstly, let's differentiate between the athlete and athleticism. The athlete is you. Your skills, adaptability, decision making, problem solving, it's what you've developed through playing in your sport. Think of it as your ability to read a game, anticipate, and to react under pressure. That is the athlete. That is you. Then we have athleticism. Now, athleticism are the physical qualities that you use to express those skills that were just mentioned. You use skills like strength, speed, power, agility to express those skills. And here's the twist. You can have amazing athleticism and still not be a great athlete or dominate in your sport, and vice versa. In the world of sport, there are athletes that thrive with minimal athleticism. This is just due to their extraordinary understanding of the game and ability to read and outskill other opponents. For example, think about some of the best athletes you've ever seen in your life. Most likely these will be track and field athletes. These athletes have raw expression of physical attributes. It's amazing what they can express. However, if we were to take them on, for example, a baseball field, a soccer field, anything like that, they probably would not be nearly as effective as any other less athletic soccer player on that field. The athlete portion of their development is underdeveloped because that's not their sport, but that part is not developed. Therefore, someone with a developed part like that will always look and perform better. The truth here is that you need both. How much and where you need to focus on is completely dependent on what type of athlete you are. But it's extremely important to know where to put the emphasis on in your own training in order to maximize your performance. So how to know which one to focus on. Identifying your weaknesses and how to know which one to focus on can be quite difficult. Ask yourself a few of these questions. If you're spending time outside of the field, doing a really good strength and conditioning program, you're sprinting a lot, you're lifting heavy weights, you're jumping, you're really doing good, and you're even getting better in those parts of the field, but you're still underperforming on the field, then it's time to get out of that space, still train it, but you need to focus a lot of time and a lot of energy on just becoming a better athlete. You need to get on the field and you need to become a better athlete. If you are extremely skilled at your game, but constantly get outpaced, outworked, or completely physically dominated, then you need to get in the gym, you need to get on the field sprinting and jumping. Then you need to focus on athleticism. And it's not really about choosing one over the other, it's about knowing which one to put the most emphasis on, because most athletes are always leaning more to the one side than the other. In my experience, I know that most athletes are mostly leaning towards the gymming side. And the problem is that they are leaning towards the gymming side, and their gym side, or the part where they are trying to improve the athleticism, is already shitty. So the part that they're focusing the most on is not high quality because it's not a well-rounded program, but still that is what they focus on most. So probably they'll need to start leaning more into becoming a better athlete. So, training the athlete, how do you do that? To train the athlete, you need to step outside of formal trainings and fully focused outcome-based practices. This is referred to as your formal trainings. If you play rugby, your formal rugby trainings 2-3 times per week. You cannot look at that and say, oh, I'm training the athlete. You are not, because it's a formal training. Coaches have outcomes that they are looking for. There's not a lot of space necessarily for you to explore, problem solve, and learn. Unfortunately, that's the reality, and not a lot of coaches implement this in their training because they are outcome based. So you as an athlete need to make time to do that for yourself. And how do you do that? Number one is play informal pickup type games of your own sport or of other sports. Examples are, if you're a basketball player, go play in the park at an informal pickup game with random people, with no coaching, no drills, nothing. It's just an informal game of pickup. If you're a rugby player, go find yourself a recreational touch rugby league and go play a bit over there. If you are a soccer player, go play a fives league. Anything like that, any type of informal play. You can most likely do this maybe in your off season, a bit in your in season as well. This will help you so much in developing small soft skills and also getting a better feel for the game. Learning, problem solving, and adapting. Another one is playing multiple sports. A lot of people like to believe that the best in the world, the best athletes in the world are all super specialized athletes. However, when you look at most of these greats, of these GOATs, you'll probably see that most of them are all well above average in other sports. When you look at Michael Jordan, for example, Michael Jordan is obviously an amazing basketball player, but he's an above average golfer and baseball player at the same time. The general skill of learning and acquiring skill is so amazing in these guys, and that is what they can do. That is why they are so great in their normal sports, because they are good problem solvers. And learning a new sport is learning to problem solve. There's a new sport with new rules, new everything, and you need to solve that and you need to get better at them. So if you want, try multiple sports. Go play different sports, learn them, be shitty at them, but then they get better at them, because it's that process that makes you a better athlete. And ultimately, this could help you problem solve better on the field and learn new skills on the field even faster and better. Now, if you are slow, weak, and get physically dominated on the field, you need to work on your athleticism. How do you do this? Well, you need to build your physical foundation. For this, I'm just going to give you a broad blueprint of what you can do. You need to be lifting weights, heavy weights, 2 to 3 times per week. You need to be sprinting 2 times per week, and you need to be jumping 1 to 2 times per week. If you do this with a well-rounded program, you will be increasing your athleticism, and in turn amplifying your ability to express your skills as an athlete on the field. Training the athlete and training athleticism are both essential for success on the field. But it's really important to know where to focus most of your efforts on. And if you want to do that efficiently, you need to be able to critique yourself as an athlete. Doesn't matter if you are really much better at one than the other, you still need to do both at the end of the day. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked this idea of athlete versus athleticism. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. I'll be posting more videos.